we've got to get into what's happening at UC Berkeley Law School. So this guy, Erwin Chemerinsky, who is the dean of, again, this is the law school at Berkeley, is, I should say, very well known in legal circles as a free speech expert. Like, this is one of the main things he's known for. And he was at Duke for a while. He's been all over at these esteemed universities, and now he's out at UC Berkeley Law. Now, I need to lay the foundation for what we're about to see, because he's Jewish, and he's married to a UC Berkeley professor too. She's, I think, labor law, School of Law. And after 10/7, he started to be subject to anti-Semitic attacks. There was one that showed him, it was shared by the Berkeley Law Students for Justice in Palestine Instagram feed. They shared just on April 1st a caricature of him, Chemerinsky, with a knife and fork and the slogan, "No dinner with Zionist Chem," I think that's short for Chemerinsky, "while Gaza starves." Look at him, like looking like, I guess, the hungry Jew with his knife and his fork. Then there was a student at a town hall who told Chemerinsky that the only way she would feel safe would be for the school to, quote, "get rid of the Zionists." Then someone at his school posted a picture of him on Instagram with a caption indicating that he had taken an indefinite sabbatical to go join the Israeli Defense Forces. Okay, not true, but you see where this is going. And so then, notwithstanding all of that, he hosts a dinner, and he invites to his dinner this woman from Law Students for Justice in Palestine, which posted the Instagram thing that I just told you about. And her name is Mala Afane. She shows up along with 59 others, 60 students who show up. And I guess he does these little dinners in his backyard out there in Berkeley, you know, making himself feel good about reaching out, student outreach. It's so lovely. Well, Mala Kafina saw an opportunity, Adam. In the middle of the dinner, she whipped out her traveling microphone and watch the following exchange.
Hello, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings upon you all. Tonight, we are gathered here in the name of commemorating our final few weeks as law students.
This is my house.
Tonight is also the last night of the holy month of Ramadan, where millions of Muslims around the world fast. Not only from material sustenance, fast not only from material sustenance, fast. We have attorneys. We have attorneys.
Okay, you don't have to get
Excuse me.
Please leave our house. You are guests at our house.
This is our First Amendment right.
No,
this is our First Amendment. It is. The National Lawyers Guild has informed us this is our First Amendment right, and they are aware of this. They're not wrong.
This is my house.
This is my house, and you're no longer welcome here.
Police. You are not welcome.
Okay, you can call the police.
No, I don't.
You can call the police. I'm getting a speech.
Please stop touching her. Just please leave. If you don't want to be here, leave my house.
On the blood of Palestinian people. The UC has committed sending $2 billion to weapons manufacturers. I know, and we're just giving a speech about Ramadan and the holy month. If you can grab me the mic back, I will leave.
Good. Okay.
But will you please give me the mic? Please, will you give me the mic back? Let me turn it off.
Please turn it off. And
I'll
please
turn
leave
it
my
off.
house. You're not a guest. You're a guest in my house.
I know, but 40,000 people are dying.
Incredibly rude of you to abuse our
Palestinian
hospitality
people
in this way.
And join us in walking out.
There's a genocide going on. There's a genocide.
Then don't come here.
You haven't done anything about divestment.
Please leave
You
my
have not
house.
done anything about divestment.
I don't invest in anything. I'm not going to argue with you. This is a party.
On American
Anything.
Islamic Relations, SF will be hearing how you pulled a Muslim woman's scarf during Ramadan. Putting your hands on my hijab is unacceptable. By grabbing my arm, you will hear from KRSF. You will hear from Paralegal. And the fact that your wife was able to assault a Muslim Palestinian hijabi student is not great.
Please leave our house. Please leave our house now.
We are leaving.
Oh my God.
I love it.
So he's surprised that when he invited the head of the group that sent out the little picture of him with the knife and fork, no dinner with Zionist Chem while Gaza starves, she didn't behave well. I'm shocked. She traveled with her hijab and her keffiyeh and busted out the Arabic with her alaikum salam to kick things off. And you see Erwin Chemerinsky and his wife melt down, notwithstanding, and we'll get to this, their very lengthy social justice warrior past. Till this moment, they've been very, very open on the student protests, not on Israel, but about, campus activism and BLM. And they were all in until this moment, which he accurately describes as very rude. And then we've got to get to what this Mala Kafaya is now saying, her revisionist history about what we just watched with our eyes. But what's your reaction to that clip?
Well, I would say to her, if you're anywhere in the Muslim world and you're female and you pull out a Mr. Microphone, you will be stoned to death. So, number one, they never really do that part where they always talk about how great their religion is. But if you tried any of that in a predominantly Muslim country, you would be stoned to death. So how great is that religion? I don't know. Why don't you head to Tehran and pull out Mr. Microphone and have a run. Let's see how it goes. Do an impromptu open mic in any majority Muslim country, and let's see how Mr. Microphone works out. Or you should call it Mrs. Microphone, and you'll get an extra rock to the head. So that's number one.
I'm dying.
Your last words into Mr. Microphone would be, please stop stoning me. And then the mic would go dead. So that's ironic.
It's true.
But,
I mean, over in Gaza, they're not so big on you whipping out your microphone and lecturing them on women's rights or anybody's rights other than those of
gay
Hamas.
Rights or, queer rights or, whatever your pronouns should be. So that's number one. Number two, but sort of bigger picture. Okay, two things. A, I love it when progressives get bitten by their own snake. I love when their own people come after them. That is the only satisfying part about this chapter we're living in now is watching these older guys get chewed up and spit out by the groups that they essentially groomed and trained to take their place. They're attacking them. I love it. I love it when, the editor for the New York Times, who's been there for 30 years, gets fired because he let Tom Cotton do an op-ed by a bunch of 23-year-olds.
Yes.
That's poetic to me, number one. Number two, her being assaulted. All right, this thing where everything is assault. You have the president of the female soccer Spanish league now facing criminal charges for kissing a player in celebration on the podium because she was assaulted by him in a celebratory kiss, which lasted less than a second. All the assholes out there who decided to turn everything into assault are now going to sort of reap the rewards of that, which is now all you believe every woman, everything's assault. Anytime you touch somebody, it's an assault. There's no difference between rape or touching someone on the shoulder. Good. Now everything's assault, and now everyone's going to claim assault in every interaction now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gotten even worse. So this gal, the victim, the one who gets the invite despite her terrible tweets or Instagram posts, she accepts the invite. And this, by the way, I just want to spend a minute on that. Why would he do that? He's trying to show like, oh, I still love you. You should love me. Be nice to me. He is not seeing the reality. This group, and she's affiliated with CARE, Council on American Islamic Relations, which is a nightmare too. He's deluding himself. They're against you, bud. Okay? They're against you, just as they're against most people on the right side of the aisle. There's no brooking an agreement with this young woman or people in her Students for Justice in Palestine group. As soon as they heard Chemerinsky, it was a done deal. And so he still invites her into his home. She accepts it. And then she stands up and does the thing. So now she's not only claiming assault, she's taken it next level. Here she is in a TikTok video she's upping the ante. Take a listen to her new account of what actually happened. For the listening audience, all we saw was Chemerinsky's wife, Fisk is her last name, reach over. She, after telling her repeatedly to leave and her not leaving, which makes her a trespasser, the wife puts her hand on Mala's shoulder and then tries to grab the microphone and gets the microphone, and they have a tug of war over the microphone. So now listen to the revisionist history on what happened.
There is not an inappropriate time to talk about Palestine. There is a genocide going on. It is our collective responsibility to insert Palestine any and everywhere, whether it be in the workspace or our schools or even dinners. I said that and I started to talk about Ramadan when Professor Catherine Fisk, as you can tell from the video, came from where she was sitting on the upper tier of the courtyard and came down where I was standing on the steps and put her arms around me. She put her arms around me, grasped at my hijab, grasped at my breasts inappropriately, kept trying to grope my shirt, grabbed my phone and dragged me up the steps, grabbed my microphone and dragged me up the steps, and threatened to call the cops on a gathering of majority Black and brown students. Professor Fisk did not assault me because I was talking about Palestine. I didn't even get the chance to talk about Palestine. She assaulted me because to her, a hijabi-wearing, kufiya-repping Palestinian Muslim student that felt comfortable to speak in Arabic was enough of a threat to her that I was justified to be assaulted. It was the classic thing that Palestinian lives are constructed to be seen as allowed to be harmed, to be killed, and to be slaughtered, while white ones are allowed to live. Professor Fisk embodied the Islamophobia, the deep anti-Arab racism, and the deep anti-Palestinian sentiment that the Zionist administrations are built on. I have never in my life felt so traumatized and humiliated and been grabbed in that way in public. To that I say, any lawyer can tell you what Professor Fisk did was clear assault and battery. In fact, if I had chosen to act out, it would have been justified. It would be my legal right to have done and acted out in self-defense. But I knew that a white woman that was so perfect at acting like a victim would have spun the narrative to demonize me and point me as aggressive.
Wow.
We're going to have to spend the next hour on this. There's a lot to go over.
I like that it took the turn for the sexual when she was, groping her breast.
She groped the breast. Really?
Yeah.
Miss Fisk, who knew? So listen, let me add to that. Look, here it is. Here it is. Groping of the breast. She's grabbing a boob there. I don't see a boob. I see a microphone in front of a boob that she's got her hand on there. But let me tell you, in case you were thinking about believing Mala Kafaya, let me give you her written addendum to what happened. There is a call to action she is behind on Instagram, and she wants them fired. Mala wants them fired for the crime of not wanting her to do this shit in their backyard. She is also, of course, still demanding divestment from Israel. But here is what the letter demands and says. Dear UC Board of Regents, President Michael Drake and UC Berkeley leadership, blah, 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 blah. We're mad. We're demanding the removal and accountability of Erwin Chemerinsky and Berkeley law professor Catherine Fisk. Listen to this, Adam. Fisk placed the student's head in a chokehold and her hijab was tightened around her neck, impacting her ability to breathe. Can we please show it again? Let's see the headlock. Let's see the headlock look at it. It's a headlock with her hand on the shoulder. That was it, I guess. I guess that was the headlock. We missed it when she placed the hand on the shoulder. Now they get into the tug of war over the microphone. And at no point is there anything resembling a headlock. Continuously, Professor Fisk grabbed the clothes of the student and touched her breasts and chest section inappropriately, twisting her shirt and her outerwear. We demand accountability for the violence and trauma inflicted upon our peers. Debt. You can go to bed thinking about it and you can wake up thinking about it too. Here's the truth. The system traps you in debt. High interest credit cards and loans then make it nearly impossible to pay off the debt you have accumulated, and then insane inflation keeps you stuck paycheck to paycheck. It's just this ongoing cycle. Done with Debt can be your lifeline. Done with Debt has an ingenious new strategy to help erase your debt faster and easier than you ever thought possible. Done with Debt will analyze all the debt options that you qualify for. They know how to reduce bills and how to cut interest rates. They're a skilled staff of negotiators. They know how to get debt out of your life permanently without bankruptcy and without a loan. Done with Debt has experts who can share with you strategies for eliminating debt. But you do need to hurry because some debt solutions are time sensitive. Here's how easy they make it. Go to donewithdebt.com. So easy to remember. Donewithdebt.com. Donewithdebt.com. Check it out. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.